Hello students, I hope you are all doing good. So let's start in today's class. So in the last class I have given you some home assignments and today we will discuss those questions. The first question was that why do we need to do separation? Why do we need to do separation? Why we need to do separation? Why? Tell me. So that we can get the pure substances. We can get the pure substances that we want. The substances that we want. Right? We are separating some veggies from the cooked vegetables because we don't like that veggies. We don't want to eat them. So to avoid eating, I am separating those so that I can enjoy the rest of the food. So to get the substances that we want. To remove the unwanted and harmful substances so that it doesn't hurt us. Mom, for example, removing stones from rice. Right? You have seen that your mom, while cooking rice, she first used to check whether the rice contains any impurity or any kind of stones in it. So that while you are enjoying your food, it doesn't hurt us. It doesn't hurt your teeth. So it is necessary to separate so that it doesn't hurt us. The harmful substances doesn't hurt us. And again, why we do separation? We do separation not to just to remove the unwanted or harmful substances, but to also to get two useful components, two or more useful components, so that we can use it for different purpose. Like we are separating milk and cream so that we can use it for different purpose. We can use milk for making sweets and cream for ghee and butter. Now comes to the second question. That is, your grandmother is to take out and keep the cream of the milk in a separate container and milk in another container. Why? Because as we have discussed it, so that we can use it for a different purpose, so that she can use the milk for different purpose and she can use the cream for the different purpose. So that she can use the milk and cream for different purpose. For milk, she can use it for making curd, payesh, curd, paneer. Cream, she can use it for a butter and ghee. Now let's come to the third number question. Now comes to the third question, that is, why it is necessary to throw away stones present in a rice before cooking? You have seen your mother, as I give an example, we have seen sometimes in our homes that she used to pick the stone and throw away. The reason is so that stones do not hurt us while we are enjoying our food. We are enjoying our food, we are eating our food, and suddenly the stone is suddenly hurt you. While biting and suddenly stones hurt you. So what? So it is necessary to throw away. It is necessary to throw away the stone so that it doesn't hurt us while eating. Now comes to the fourth number question. What is solute? The solute is a substance that is dissolved in a solvent. Yes, solute dissolve in a solvent. Solute is substances that is dissolved in solvent and present in less amount in solution. Present in less, as I've explained in the last class, that what is solute and what is solvent. Solution is comprised of what? Solution is made up of solute and solvent. These together gives us what? Solution. It is solvent present in a maximum amount and solute is present in a minimum amount. And this solute is dissolved in a solvent. Not solvent is dissolved in solute. For example, whenever we tell that salt is dissolving in water, have you ever told that water is dissolving in salt? No, we don't actually say that. আমরা কখনো এটা বলি না যে জল নুনে গুলে গেছে. We always say that যে নুন জলে গুলে গেছে, চিনি জলে গুলে গেছে, বাট এটা বলি না যে জল নুনে গুলে গেছে বা চিনিতে গুলে গেছে. We don't say that. So the solute is a substance that dissolve, সে যে গুলে যায়, সলভেন্টের মধ্যে জলের মধ্যে গুলে যায়. So it is solute is a substance that is dissolved in solvent. in solvent. And what is solvent? Solvent is a substance that in which solute is dissolved. Solvent is a substances in which solute is dissolved. Okay. Now comes to the fifth questions, that is, what is a general term that we use for the homogeneous mixture? We don't always take, oh, this is mixture, this is homogeneous mixture, this is homogeneous mixture. To generalize them, to use in a common term, to short it, we used it as a solution. So solution, for homogeneous mixture we use a common term, that is solution. Now comes to the 6th number question. What kind of substances need to be separated and what we call them? What kind of substances we need to separate? What kind of substance? I told you that there are two kinds of substance. What is pure? One is impure. So pure substance doesn't need to be separated, but impure substances need to be separated. So impure kind of substances need to be separated. And what we call that impure kind of substances? We call them mixture. We call the impure kind of substances is mixture. So I hope you have understood the question and their answers. Now we will discuss about the next topic that we will do, that is how to separate homogeneous mixture. I have told you in the last class that I will discuss about the separation. So now comes to the separation of homogeneous mixture. What is homogeneous mixture? Is in general term we call it solution. And what does this solution contains? Solute plus solvent. Now tell me, in homogeneous mixture, I know it is mixture, but what we will separate in homogeneous mixture? Since it is clear that solution in homogeneous mixture contains solute and solvent, so we will separate solute from solvent. So what we will separate in homogeneous mixture? We will separate solute and solvent. So in homogeneous mixture, we will separate solute and solvent. After separation we will get solute and solvent. In the last class I have introduced the methods that we will use to separate. Methods we will use to separate what? We will separate homogeneous mixture, right? And what were their methods? The methods were evaporation, condensation, and one more was distillation, right? So we will discuss about each methods separately. So now discuss about the evaporation. First method, that is evaporation. What is evaporation? The changing of a liquid into vapor or a gas is called evaporation. And evaporation is used to obtain the solid substances that dissolve in water or any other liquid. That means, suppose you are taking a salt and water. So if you are using this method, you will get what? You will get this salt. Salt is a solid substances and that has been dissolved in water. So whenever you are converting the water into vapor, you will get what? After evaporating all the water, you will get salt. Example, what is the example? Suppose তুমি নুনটাকে গোলালে, জলকে গোলালে, ওকে, আফটার গোলানোর পর এবার তুমি চাইছো নুনটাকে, ইউ ওয়ান্ট টু গেট ব্যাক দ্য সল্ট। সো হোয়াট ইউ উইল ডু, আমরা গ্যাসের কাছে যাব, গ্যাস অন করব, অন করার পর এবার তুমি ওই নুন জলটাকে ফোটাতে দেবে। এবার দেখবে যখনই জলটা ফুটতে শুরু করছে, জল কিন্তু কিসে কনভার্ট হচ্ছে? ভেপরে কনভার্ট হচ্ছে। বাট এখানে একটা মনে রাখবে, দ্যাট whenever water is boiling, it evaporates alone, it doesn't take away salt. যখনই জল ফুটছে, ফুটে বাষ্প ভেপারে কনভার্ট হচ্ছে, ও কিন্তু একাই ভেপারে চেঞ্জ হয়, সল্টকে নিয়ে চেঞ্জ হয় না, ও কিন্তু একাই ভেপারে চেঞ্জ হয়। আর সল্টটা কি থাকবে? নিচেই থেকে যাবে। আলটিমেটলি সল্টটা কি থাকবে? নিচেই থেকে যাবে। তো এইভাবে যদি তুমি ফোটাতে থাকো আর আমার ওয়াটারটা কনভার্ট হচ্ছে ভেপারে, ইট ইজ কনভার্টিং ইন্টু ভেপার continuously. At one point you will reach that you will find there is no water but a solid substances is left out, and that solid substances is what? Is salt. The salt. So now you have understood that how we will do the evaporation. And this evaporation method is used for getting a salt from seawater. The salt that we are eating, the salt that we eat in every food, where from we get it from seawater. And seawater means by evaporating with the help of what? With the help of, there we don't use gas, but rather we take a help from the sunlight used to evaporate is used to change the liquid into vapor, and then and the things that has been left out is, and we get what? We get salt from it. So evaporation is the greatest method which is used for getting a salt from seawater. Now comes to the second question. Comes to the second separation, that is condensation. Now in evaporation, we are not getting liquid, we are converting the liquid into vapor. But in evaporation, what we are getting? We are getting only solid substances, but not the liquid substances. But what if we want a liquid also? We want solid and liquid. So alone evaporation cannot give us both. So what we need? So what we will do to get the liquid? So in that, if we want the liquid also, then we will use condensation. What we will use? We will use condensation process. What is condensation? Evaporation is process of changing liquid into vapor. As a result, after vaporizing, the solute doesn't get evaporated with the water. It remains in the container. So in that we will get the solid substances. But for the condensation, for getting the liquid, we will use the condensation. And what is condensation? The process of conversion of a vapor into water. Evaporation, water is converting into vapor, but in condensation, vapor is converting into water. That means liquid. So with the help of condensation, we can get what? We can also get the liquid. So we can say that together, evaporation and condensation, it is possible to separate the components of the solution, that is solvent and solute. If you want to separate solvent and the solute, you want to get both the substances together. You want a solvent also, you want a solute also, you want water also, you want a salt also. Then we will use a condensation and evaporation. Evaporation and condensation together can give us the components of the solution, that is solvent and solute. So the method that we need. So what are the methods that we need to separate the homogeneous mixture? To separate homogeneous mixture, or components of solution, we need both. We need both evaporation and condensation, because they both together will give us that solvent and solute. To understand this, let's see the video.
Methods of separation, evaporation and condensation. If we continuously heat water, it gets converted into vapors. The process of conversion of water into its vapor is called evaporation. Here is a beaker containing salty water. What will happen if we boil such solution for a longer time? You will observe evaporation of water. When whole water gets converted into vapors, you will observe salt at the bottom. The vapors are cooled to form water, which is collected in another beaker. The process of conversion of vapor into water is called condensation. With the help of evaporation and condensation, it is possible to separate components of solution. For this method to work, different components must have different boiling point. Boiling point is a temperature at which liquid substance get converted into vapor form. We use this method to separate salt from seawater. Basically, seawater is captured in shallow pits. The sunlight heats the water and slowly water gets evaporated. After complete evaporation of water, we get salt free from water. It is then further purified to be used in a food as common salt. From Earth's crust, we get crude oil. It is a mixture of various components such as petrol, diesel, kerosene, etc. These components are separated with the help of evaporation and condensation method. Here we complete this topic.